My name is Arun. I'm the owner of Driven Auto Co., and you're watching Driven Diary episode 63. What is Driven Diary? It's the documentation of my life as I build a billion-dollar automotive service business. Driven Auto Co. is made up of two parts. Driven Performance Advisors is a consulting firm focused on mergers and acquisitions advisory for automotive aftermarket companies. Driven Auto Care, the other part, is what will become a billion-dollar automotive service business. We currently have 2 locations doing general automotive maintenance and repair in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we will grow this into however many hundreds of locations it takes to be able to sell the company for $1 billion. I believe that by growing that business into that scale, we will make a dent on the perception of automotive service, taking it from an unprofessional, dirty, and unethical sleazy business to a professional, ethical, and respected profession. So I hope you'll join me in the documentation of the journey here, where you'll see this week especially, it's not always easy. And I'm trying to give you a reference point for what entrepreneurship really looks like by documenting the day-to-day challenges, struggles, and what goes on in my head as the weeks go on. And I've been doing this since I bought the first shop for Driven Auto Care in July of 2023, and here we are in November 2024. We now have 2 locations. We are most certainly doing something right along the way. So I hope you will enjoy this video, and you'll get to see this week especially was extremely stressful for me. I had a lot of very negative clips in here, but at the same time, Trump won the election, so that's less negative from my perspective, and I was able to fix a couple cars. Don't normally do that, don't normally go out and fix cars myself, but this week I had to take some matters into my own hands and fix a Tesla and fix a Mazda. Let's get to the video. Good morning, 9:30 on Tuesday, first clip. Sorry, didn't record yesterday. For Driven Diary episode 63, this intersection has a meaning to me because somewhere around here is a restaurant called Stacks. It was in that restaurant that I was told to go do my car thing and that I wouldn't be welcome in the very prestigious coaching program that I was in at the time, where because I missed one meeting in order to do car things, I was ejected and wished well, sent on my way to pursue my car entrepreneurship journey alone. And it's served as a good sense of motivation for me in the meantime, where because I was told that, I've worked very hard to prove him wrong. Maybe that was the point, but I appreciate that intersection. Tuesday, 12:04. Here I sit at some Tesla superchargers in a Tesla. It's a customer's Tesla. We did a not perfect pre-purchase inspection on this car last week, and here I am to attempt to correct it. And I'm currently waiting to see if we have authorization from the customer to use the supercharger to get his range up so I can test his high voltage battery range. So here I sit. Drove out to Menlo Park. It's about 45 minutes from my house. I drove to Menlo Park and then I drove 35 minutes back to the shop. And I will drive from here back to the shop and then back to this guy's house after spending some time on the phone with him discussing what I've found here. So That's all for now. Wednesday morning, and woke up at 3:30, which I believe was about an hour after the Wisconsin election was decided, and it meant that Trump had enough electoral votes to win the presidency. I'll just make a quick comment about that for my own posterity's sake, is that my reaction to that happening was a sigh of relief. And, you know, I don't know everything. I may at times claim that I know more than I do, but all I care about, really, all I truly care about is not being taxed to death and not being in a country where the economic position is such that the debt will outweigh the citizens' ability to produce, such that the government basically is forced to take over the entire country with state-run institutions in an attempt to stay alive, but with extreme exposure to corruption. And I'm glad that that didn't happen, because I believe that what Trump's economic policies are, or what he says he'll do, is the better option for the country, where we reduce the burden on the American people and we increase the burden on those who do not play by the same rules that we believe are fair. And what I mean by that is, you have manufacturing in most other parts of the world is much more deregulated, much more pollutive, and is cheaper, and they use slave labor and just don't have fair wages for everybody. And I believe in at least everybody's ability to have a fair shot at life. And in a lot of countries, I don't think there's enough protection in place to make sure that that happens. But in the US, there is. There's probably too much, but there is nevertheless. And tariffs, though it will jerk around certain American companies that do a lot of direct importing, in the long run, I can see how tariffs will create that fair playing field internationally that the US can use to boost our GDP and boost our overall ability to thrive as a governed nation under a current structure of government. So somehow that ended up turning into a 3-minute talk, but yeah, that's what I got this morning. Wednesday. We made it through the cash flow pinch of the month. I did have to put in a lot of my own money, but we will persevere. I've got the big payment coming in from the project we closed last week, City Auto Supply. Got that coming in. I'm asking more of my teams. That's another thing. I'm trying to hold my teams to a higher standard. I'm not just saying, yep, that was good. I'm saying, hey, we can do better. This is the areas we need to improve. So let's make it happen, and we're doing that now. So that feels good. I do feel the need to ask more of my team, because frankly, we're just not hitting on all cylinders that we could be. So I'm trying to be a bit more consistent with asking of more of my team. So God bless America. Talk to you guys later. So you might be asking yourself why I am sitting at the front desk at 6:55 in the morning. It's because that door is locked and that door is locked. And after the renovations and installing all the correct door handles, I'm locked kind of out of my own shop and my own office for sure. So here I sit. It's the best desk I got. And it is actually the best desk I got. This desk is awesome. Yeah, so this is the problem, I guess, with being a multi-store operator. Sometimes things change around here and you're not aware exactly of what those changes are. And no, I can't get into my own office. Win some, you lose some. We gotta hang some signs up in here. We gotta buy some art and hang some signs up. So let's get to it. sitting in the back seat of my own car so that I can move it because it is parked wrong in this shop. Thursday evening. We are dead slow at these shops, but I did two things today, two fun things. I recorded 5 TikTok videos, posted those up. I'm basically doing sort of a confessions of a shop owner story time, doing some sort of inflammatory stories about ethical violations I've witnessed in this industry, problem customers, some, dramatic, juicy fun stories that'll get people interested in what Driven Auto Care is doing. I'm filming all the videos with this picture behind me, and yeah, we'll see what comes of it. We'll see how that evolves. And then I had an idea given to me by Eric, the service advisor here in Fremont, and it was to have someone do outbound sales calls on a regular basis. So I thought of one of my wife's friends who recently had a baby, and she could use some part-time virtual work. So it kind of worked out perfectly, and she has a history of outbound sales in her career. So I sent her a text. We got on the phone an hour and a half later after I wrote up a job description and gave her a training, and she's going to start tomorrow. That's awesome. So let's see what comes of that. I hope we can start booking some appointments. Not much more to it. Take action when you can. And that was great. So let's see what comes of some outbound sales calls. I think it'll be good. That's all for now. Friday, 1 p.m. All I've done for the last 3 hours is program a Mazda key and coach my team on very basic process stuff. So feeling a bit taking a step backwards today. All right, day's looking up a bit. Now it's 2:15, a whole 1 hour after the last time I got on camera, and now I have completed a lot of more leadership and managerial oriented tasks, right as I should be doing. We're making progress everywhere, and I'm trying to put out as much like training materials as possible. That I think I made a good investment into a coaching program this morning that is already kind of giving me new ways to look at both AI and training. So I am trying to use AI more to develop processes, but then I'm also realizing I need to really just go through the ideal process and film the whole thing. That'll go a long way, I think. So I'm already doing plenty of video right here, as you can see, so really just need to keep applying it to the right places. So that's that. Meanwhile, got the Bluetooth to work in another loaner car. So turns out both my 2011 loaner cars have Bluetooth, which is fantastic. And now I'm going to a sign making company to see if they can make some rearview mirror hanging little hangers for us to give to customers as like a thank you when they're leaving. So that's all I got for now. Sunday, 4:45 a.m. and logged into my computer this morning and saw a unhappy text from a customer, and this is off of late last week, having a customer who is consulting their legal counsel over that Tesla pre-purchase inspection that I redid on Tuesday, and already gave him a full refund, and now he's saying you need to either buy the car for me or provide a warranty on the battery and all this. I'm like, no. But I'm kind of anticipating stress more than I'd like to, and I'm kind of letting things get to me a bit more than I'd like to as well. I think I kind of need to compartmentalize this sales email account where I get this sort of information and just turn it off. I don't have it on my phone already, but it's pinned on my computer, and it most certainly pisses me off to get customer negative feedback at 4:45 in the morning on Sunday. So yeah, I made the mistake of doing that and then trying to do meditation and visualization, and I spent 20 minutes just like not doing it. Just instead being frustrated with my team and wondering how I'm supposed to do this, how I'm supposed to make this work, when we can't handle very simple tasks very well. So on Friday, I had to intervene with my master tech in Campbell and program a key on that Mazda because he spent 3 days not doing it successfully. And I've never done it before. I don't know how to program keys, but I figured it out. Why am I paying somebody like really good money to spend 3 days on that shit? So pissed off right now. That big project payment that I've been expecting for 2 weeks, that deal closed on October 28th. It's currently November 10th. Still haven't been paid. Should be expecting it on the 13th according to the app that we use, but just frustrated, very frustrated. It's one of those situations where it's like, man, it'd be so much easier to just not be doing this. Not gonna go that route, because this is the kind of time where it's just like, man, fuck this. There has to be a better way. And I can choose to either find it or give up. I can't really give up. So keep going. I can't really give up for a couple of reasons. One, I have loans to pay on this business, but two, I wouldn't really be able to live it down with myself. So that's gonna be the last clip for this video. See you in the outro. Maybe I'll be in a better mood by then. All right, here we are in the outro. We made it. I'm in a better mood, don't worry. But I do want to mention something about that last clip. I was whining the whole time, right? And I was basically saying, look, I shouldn't have this email account open on my computer at all times because it's the generic email account for all customer interactions with Driven Auto Care. And so if there is any negativity, and please, there will be negativity, Arun, don't be stupid and naive. There will be negativity from customers, whether they think they got ripped off or whatever it is, there will always be negativity. So yeah, I should push that email to the side maybe on the weekend mornings when I'm trying to focus on big picture stuff and not get wrapped up in all the little stuff. I learned my lesson there, but I went down this spiral of like, why am I even doing this, right? Went down that spiral, but I know that what will set me apart is the fact that I don't give up in those moments. That is truly what matters, is that if I don't give up in those moments, I will become successful because I'm gonna keep iterating, I'm gonna keep learning, I'm gonna stop opening that email account on Sunday mornings. And it's all those little things that are just gonna get us to that $1 billion automotive service business that we are working so hard to achieve. So with that, thank you for watching all the way to the end of Driven Diary episode 63. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like so that we can show up higher in the YouTube algorithm. If you have any questions or feedback about the episode, leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss next week's video. And until next week, I hope you go out and you keep pursuing your automotive dreams and stay driven.